Hey, just give me 5 minutes to show you something amazing. In this video, either before or after a quick lesson full of traps, I'm going to be testing the 2 knights attack against the Caro-Kann in real games across different time controls. And I'm talking about 3-minute blitz, 2-minute bullet, and the ultra fast 1-minute bullet, or even less. But which time control truly favors the 2 knights attack against the Caro-Kann? Stick around, we'll find out against real opponents on leeches. Let's dive in. So here is how the 2 knights attack goes against the Caro-Kann. You start with e4, and after black plays c6, you know they want to play d5, so you play knight f3, not pawn to d4 right away. That won't be the 2 knights attack. You start with your 2 knights first before playing d4. That's the trick. So you go knight f3, and after d5, that's when you go knight c3. Most of the times, black would take. By the way, if they play pawn to d4, you have knight e2 followed by knight g3. So if pawn takes, you recapture with your c knight, and more often you're going to see the move knight f6, which has potential to transpose the game to the Tatakov variation. We'll look at that. If black plays bishop f5, one of the top played moves, you go knight g3. And I want to show you one beautiful trap in the 2 knights attack versus the Caro-Kann. You see that this knight is now attacking the light squad bishop, so your opponents will play bishop g6, after which you follow it up with h4. You want to trap that bishop, right? So they play h6, and now guess what? Once again, you go knight e5, attacking that light squad bishop. The moment they play bishop h7, it is time to zoom in your eyeballs and remember to play this move. Start with queen h5. Because you want to checkmate here. Black will play pawn to g6 to stop that checkmate possibility. And now guess what? You leave your queen on h5 just like that and play bishop c4. Point is, you know if they take your queen, you have mate in 1 like that. So they are not going to take that queen. This is just a little trap in the 2 knights attack. In this position, after bishop c4, if black plays pawn to e6, you put your queen on e2, not on f3. That's too predictable. I mean, if you play queen f3, black will play something like knight f6, bishop g7, something like that. So queen e2 comes with another hidden trap that most of your opponents are going to fall into. For example, if they play something like bishop g7, you can sacrifice your knight on f7, attacking both the rook and the queen. By the way, if king takes, you have mate in 2, beginning with queen takes e6 and pep, checkmate. So black needs to be very careful in this line. It doesn't even matter even if they play something like knight f6 in this position. Again, you have knight takes f7. If king takes, once again, you have a mate in 2 like that, pep, this time here. So we've seen that both bishop g7 and knight f6 don't work in this position. Even knight, you have the same simple tactic. A nice try would be queen e7 in this position, after which you remember to follow it up with your other knight, knight e4. It's all about your knights. They play knight d7 in this position, after which you can play d4. Point is, you want to take back with your d-pawn on e5 to have access to knight d6 check in the near future. If black ever castles long, just know you have a lead in development and more attacking possibilities due to bishop f4. Bishop g7 as an example. Here you can even sacrifice your knight attacking that queen, because you know that if pawn takes happens, now you have bishop s6, which is checkmate. Look at this. So there are all these possibilities you're going to run into if you play the 2 knights attack very well. Against the Caro-Kann. However, not all days are Mondays. Sometimes if you start like this, your opponents will play, knight f6 instead of bishop f5, right in this position. If that happens, I have something beautiful for you. Start by taking, they will take back with their e-pawn, after which you go d4. If bishop d6, you go bishop d3. If castle shot, immediately go pawn to h4 to allow rook e8 check and bishop g4. You see, there are some other instances where your opponents will start with bishop g4. What I love doing in this position is to still go bishop d3. They play moves like bishop d6, after which you can play h4. There's a little trick I want to show you. If castle shot happens, you know you can even sacrifice your bishop on h7, because if king takes, you have knight g5 check. If pawn takes, you have hg. This is check. And after king g8, you have queen takes g4. Rook e8 check is a nice try, but you can just, sidestep. You're fine. Even bishop e3 is better, but after queen d, you know they want to checkmate you, right? So you play bishop d2, stopping that. there's nothing much black can do in this position. One continuation may go as follows: queen e4, queen h5, you want to checkmate. If king f8, now you simply go rook e1 and black is dead. There's nothing they can do. The queen is dead. This is one thing I love about the two knights attack. You guys played correctly, you're going to come across all these beautiful lines. Let me not waste your time and rather get into action. And hey, don't just watch. That's not encouraging at all. To keep this channel alive, you can simply share this video, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have nothing to say, just type "Thank you, Kaspa" in the comment section down below. Lastly, if you want to go through my study PGNs, such as the one I'm using in this study, you can visit my Patreon page. The link is in the comment section down below. Let's see how this will go. The two knights attack. Red bishop f5, you just play knight g3, and then go after that light squad bishop immediately with pawn to h4. In most cases they play h6, after which you go knight e5, as I said earlier. Yes, so now knight e5, hitting on that light squad bishop, it has to move, yep. And then a more important move to remember, queen h5, as if you want to checkmate on f7. So things are going as planned, as you can see. Now I want to ask you one question in this position. What did I say you should do? What move should you play in this position? If you remembered what I said in my short tutorial. Okay, after pawn to g6, you don't have to, retreat your queen. You just go bishop c4. I mean, cause if black took my queen, I was going to checkmate them like that. So that's why they've played pawn to e6. And another question, what do you do from here? Now that black has played pawn to e6 and your queen is under attack, what move should you play? Great. If you found the move queen e2, congrats. You don't need to play queen f3 because that can easily be met with knight f6, defended, followed by bishop g7 and that. Now in this position, black just played bishop g7. What do you do? I covered all these things in, the first tutorial video, so I don't expect you to miss this one. Come on. Anyway, congrats if you found the move knight takes f7. This is the only winning move, attacking the queen and the rook. And my opponent just resigned. Do you know why? Let me show you. Suppose black took on f7 with their king. I was simply going to checkmate them in two after queen takes e6 and king f8 like this. And this is why my opponent resigned, because anyways they were going to lose either the rook or the queen. After knight takes f7, suppose my opponent played queen e7, a more sensible move. Guess what? I was going to take on h8 with my knight. This was going to be very simple for me, and then let my knight die with dignity like this. By the way, you can do whatever you want in this position as long as it's a forcing move. For example, you can take with the queen on e6. It's not much of a stretch, because if queen takes, you still have bishop takes, and on the next move you do this, you are assured of winning that rook. Nothing will stop you. So you're just going to be up an exchange or up a piece. And so the secret is to find the simplest continuation. Remember the concept of KISS. K-I-S-S, keep it so simple. You don't need to complicate stuff. Right, let's move on. We try a 2-minute bullet match. Still watching without subscribing? Come on. The more you subscribe, the more you encourage me to do more and review more stuff. Anyway. Okay, so here we go. Caro-Kann defense, two knights attack. Let's go. By the way, pawn to d4 followed by knight c3 won't be the two knights attack. That will just lead to another variation. This is the two knights attack. Now if I take, there's a high chance to transpose the game back to the Tartakov variation. So knight takes is the best thing you can do. Yep, so I can go pawn to d4 now. Moves are well known from here. Bishop d3. And then immediately go pawn to h4 to allow rook e8 check and bishop g4. That's what we want to see on the board. So rook e8 check. Now you can simply put your king on f1. This is just my gambit line that I, discovered, sort of, some months back. So bishop g4 is always a long-term positional mistake due to bishop takes h7. If king takes, I intend to go knight g5 check. Pawn takes with discovery check, my rook. Later on, grab that bishop. That's how we roll. Once again, this is a 2-minute bullet match. If you find these things to be, very fast, you can always visit my Patreon page or click the link in the comment section down below to review these games. It's not increment, so I need to be fast. I want to play h6 next and open the king side as highlighted on the board. c5, I can still go h6, I guess. g6, I saw that coming. I don't know why I did not do anything about that, but bishop c4 first. Yes, we're going to see queen e7, but I have bishop d2 in that case, or simply queen d3. Bishop d2 is the best. I'll play queen d3. Let me play queen d3. Only because black had this move if I played bishop d2. Bishop takes, you feel free to take back with the pawn. Your king is very safe on f1. Okay, so my Caro-Kann trap did not work, so I just need to play normal chess now. This is what I always say: if your gambit or your plans don't work, play chess. Every coin has two sides. If your tricks don't work, play chess, play normal chess, follow the basics. Exchanging queens in this case. Rook takes. Now I can safely take on f7. That's the spirit. This is just normal chess. Okay, my opponent just blundered. When you're up a piece, exchange big pieces, but not pawns. Exchange pieces, but not pawns. I think I can still manage to, met my opponent like that. I mean, the king wasn't able to escape, you can see. So they blundered 2 times, but I guess you still learned 1 or 2 things. You got the idea. By the way you support this channel is by joining one of our membership tiers on Patreon, or simply buying my courses at www.KaspaChess.com or on my Patreon page. That really helps. Caro-Kann. Let's do this. Take d4, bishop d3, and h4. For rook e8, I have king f1. So rook e8 check, king f1. Yep, bishop g4, sack on h7. Easy peasy. This is the power of the 2 knights. If pawn takes, I have pawn takes with discovery check. And then grab the bishop for free. Take, tap. That wasn't for free. Most of my opponents here play queen e7, after which I play bishop d2. What is that? Now I can do this, right? Wanting to checkmate here. If that, I have, this is all I remember to do in this position. Because now I want to play bishop g5. First I can give a check, right? Or do this, check. I have, wait a second, what is this guy doing? What if I just give them a check? I mean, like this, right? check. And then I'm winning that. I don't even need to take. Check, and then that, right? This is game over. Look at this guy. Check. Then check, right? Give a check and win the knight. Why is this guy not resigning? And my power is very low. My battery power, I mean. Check. Let's just chop everything. Oh, I have 5 seconds. Check. And this mate. Yep. Ha! Great stuff. Okay, so 1 minute bullet, Caro-Kann. Okay, I was waiting for this move. I thought black played bishop a5. You know, against bishop g4, I can play bishop c4, I guess. There's a little trick I want to do. No, it's not going to work. h3. Then I can do this. I think we are going to get back to the same stuff. g4, then knight e5, right? Or first queen e2, because this bishop takes. And then I have d4 in some lines, then knight e5. We're going to see something like that, maybe. Can I take? Probably I'm going to pin my opponent's queen after this, pap, d4, and then bishop g5. Is this queen pinned? As I predicted earlier. Now you have seen the power of the two knights attack versus the Caro-Kann, you guys. I was about to say something, but my opponent found a beautiful resource. Oh, still pinned. Still pinned. This queen can't go anywhere. Yeah, still trapped. And my opponent just resigned. Now you have seen the power of the two knights attack against the Caro-Kann, you guys. Start playing this. Now, go and check out 3 of my new courses on my website, KaspaChess.com, that I highly recommend you get right now. The newly updated Semi-Slav defense against d4, the Knight c6 Nimzowitsch defense, and the mighty e5 Paris defense, which is my best selling course till this date. Chess is a school on its own, and you will just need to show some efforts to unlock some secrets that content creators don't show on YouTube. And that's how you support this channel, by the way.